Okay, so I'm on my way to see my other girlfriend.
We're sorry, your call cannot be completed as dialed. Please check the number.
I've got two, really. One, as you know, is a bike, or bikes, in bike world and bike life. Right now, as you might have seen in other videos, I'm headed to the other one, which takes elements of biking and riding, and turning and leaning, and adds a third element, which I love. It adds lift, third dimension. It's kind of cool. But yeah, I'm going to talk a little bit about the differences, you know, between the two worlds, and why I find a lot of motorcyclists love airplanes or love to fly or would love to get started into it, you know. So we'll talk a little bit about that. The main thing I want to talk about is how the difference basically is for mental preparation for both bikes versus planes. You know, we get up in the morning, we decide we're going to meet up with a group and we're going to go ride. So, you know, check the tank, kick the tires, away we go. Maybe plan where we're going, load it in the phone, hook up your Senas, communicate to other riders, and that's good. I still hear the same complaints. Guys aren't ready, guys don't know where they're going, and that can lead to issues. But you always have the option of just pulling over and stopping and going, let's think about this for a second. Flying is a little more complicated than that. We've got to know where we're going, know what time we're going. Do we have weight to worry about? We have fuel to worry about. But most of all, we have the weather to worry about. That's the biggest deal with us as pilots. It's the weather. Being a VFR pilot, which means visual flight rules, I have to be able to see to fly. Obviously, I can't fly in the cloud or use instruments. That's another level. That's called instrument rating. But just VFR, visual flight rules, we have to be able to see the ground and keep away from cloud, have a certain distance from the cloud and the ground. So if the clouds are too low, we can't fly. I can still ride my bike to the airport, even though I'm sitting here driving a car. The weather's the biggest thing that keeps us in check. We get into real issues with storms, high winds, you know, icing, and thunder showers, which we've been having quite a few of lately. Today's not bad, but yeah, thunderstorms, you avoid it like the plague. It'll knock you down in a second. But otherwise, so we have to time everything. So let's say I wanted to fly to Collingwood today. Well, that's only a 45-minute flight, so I fly to Collingwood. Trouble is, while I'm flying, weather's going to be building, and it'll usually be building from the west. So I have to time, just like if you were riding, let's drive to Collingwood and drive back. If it rains, oh well, it rains and we can pull over and stop. Not so with me. I can fly in the rain as long as it's not a thunder shower. If it's light drizzle, constant, gray with good visibility, I can still get through it. We just call it a plane wash, like you guys call it a bike wash. But yeah, we have to time the weather coming in, the weather going out, distance to where we're going, distance to come back. I've always wanted to fly to Grand Bend and teach at Racer 5 there for a weekend and then fly home. It would be so much nicer, you know, 48 minutes rather than the 2-hour trip that it takes by car, courtesy of traffic. So yeah, the more I fly my plane, the more I hate traffic. Another big thing with flying is the cost versus biking. I don't own the airplane, so I rent it. I rent it by the hour, what's called a wet lease. When I get there, I can ask them to put gas in it, or, you know, depending on how many people I'm taking, I have to put a lot of gas, put a little gas, put a medium gas. But let's go with full tank. So what about $182 an hour Canadian plus tax is what the plane rents out for, and that's full of gas. So, you know, with that said, you know, the plane will do 5 hours range almost. So I could get to Ottawa and back in a bit of fuel and enjoy a day. And that's going to cost about, let's see, to there, too back, a bit of delay. Let's cost it 4.5 hours. So that's, you know, almost $600 just to get to Ottawa on my own terms and back again. Not bad if you want your own timing, but $600 pays for at least 3 track days. But I'd like to compare riding a bike. Say let's compare riding a bike to flying a plane by track days. Because a track day, you go, you prepare, you pay, you race around, you clean up, and you go home again. That's what I'm doing now. I'm driving, I'm going to prepare, I'm going to fly around, I'm going to come back, pack up, and go home again. So it's about the same costs, time-wise, physically time-wise, I'm thinking, and fun. Although I can go to another airport, have lunch, and come back. So we'll see. It'll be an interesting comparison. Maybe I'll...